The Netflix server room hummed with a low, constant drone, a symphony of technology at work. Alex, a young IT technician, patrolled the aisles, his footsteps echoing softly against the cold, tiled floor. Servers blinked, a sea of green LEDs in the dimly lit room, casting an eerie glow that danced on the walls. The air was cool, sterile, maintained by the powerful ventilation system that kept the servers from overheating. He loved the quiet solitude of his job. It was peaceful, a stark contrast to the chaos of the outside world.
One night, during a routine system check, Alex noticed something unusual, a hidden folder that had never been there before. It was buried deep within the Netflix server, its name sending a chill down my spine. Cursed Films. The name alone was enough to make his heart race.
Curiosity warred with trepidation. Should he open it? What could be inside? He clicked. Inside, a single film file flickered, its presence both intriguing and foreboding. Its title, The Bridge, seemed innocuous enough, yet there was something unsettling about it. He double-clicked. The film opened, grainy and dark, as if it had been forgotten for years. It showed a suspension bridge, swaying precariously in the wind, the scene almost hypnotic in its simplicity.
Why was this amateur footage on the server? It didn't belong here among the polished, professional content.
He shook his head, confused. The more he thought about it, the less sense it made. He closed the file, a sense of unease settling over him like a heavy blanket. It was probably nothing. Just a misfiled video, he told himself, trying to shake off the feeling. He tried to dismiss it, but the image of the swaying bridge lingered in his mind, haunting him long after he left the server room. The next morning, news reports crackled on the break room TV. A bridge had collapsed, the Golden Gate Bridge. The footage was eerily familiar, almost as if it had been seen before. It was the bridge from the film, the same angles, the same devastation.
This was no coincidence. It couldn't be.
Alex felt a cold dread creep up his spine, a sense of foreboding that he couldn't shake off. He rushed back to the server room, his heart pounding like a drum in his chest. He pulled up the Cursed Films folder again, hoping it was all a mistake. The file for the bridge was gone, vanished without a trace. In its place was a new one, the Inferno. The name alone sent chills down his spine. He clicked on it, his hand trembling, unsure of what he would find. The film showed a skyscraper engulfed in flames. People screamed, trapped inside, their faces contorted in terror. The images were vivid, terrifyingly real, as if it was happening right in front of him.
I had to do something. I couldn't just sit there and watch. This was more than just a glitch in the Matrix. This was real, and it was happening now.
He couldn't ignore this. He had to act, and fast. He had to tell someone, anyone who would listen. But who would believe him? The story sounded too far-fetched. A hidden folder on Netflix predicting real-world disasters? It sounded insane. He needed proof, he needed help, and he needed it now. The news of the skyscraper fire broke that evening. The details matched the film exactly. The death toll was catastrophic. Alex felt sick. He was now certain. These films weren't just predicting disasters, they were causing them. He searched online, desperately seeking answers. He stumbled upon an article about unexplained phenomena featuring a renowned paranormal investigator, Dr. Evelyn James.
She was my only hope. I had to reach her.
He found her contact information and sent a frantic email detailing everything. The hidden folder, the films, the chilling accuracy of their predictions. He didn't know if she'd believe him, but he had to try. He waited, his anxiety growing with every passing minute. He refreshed his inbox obsessively. Finally, a reply. Dr. James agreed to meet. He had a chance to stop this madness. Dr. James listened intently, her expression grave. She had piercing blue eyes that seemed to see right through him. When he finished his story, she spoke, her voice low and steady.
Alex, what you've stumbled upon is a dangerous artifact, a collection of cursed films.
She explained that the films were created by a malevolent entity, trapped in the digital realm. It fed on fear and chaos, using the films as conduits to unleash its power into the real world.
Each film is a ritual, a dark prophecy designed to manifest its horrific vision into reality.
Alex was stunned. It was insane, but after witnessing the bridge collapse and the skyscraper fire, he knew it was true.
I had to stop it. I had to destroy the films.
Destroying the films won't be easy. These films hold the essence of the entity, and they are deeply intertwined with our fears. The entity won't allow it. It will resist. It feeds on our terror, growing stronger with every fearful thought. We need to find a way to break the curse. The answer must be hidden in these ancient texts, buried in the knowledge of those who faced it before us.
Dr. James explained that the entity thrived on fear. It was a parasitic force, drawing power from the darkest corners of our minds. To defeat it, they had to face their own fears head-on. Only by confronting what terrified them the most could they hope to weaken its grip.
I've always been afraid of heights. The mere thought of standing on the edge of a precipice makes my heart race and my palms sweat. The thought of being trapped on a high ledge looking down at the dizzying drop, it sends shivers down my spine. It's a fear that paralyzes me, making it hard to breathe.
Dr. James, on the other hand, feared fire. A childhood trauma had left her with an unshakable phobia of flames. The sight of fire brought back memories she had long tried to forget. They needed a plan that would not only destroy the films but also confront their deepest fears. It had to be precise, leaving no room for error. The fate of the world depended on it. If they failed, the entity would grow too powerful to stop, plunging the world into darkness. They decided to use Alex's fear of heights to their advantage. By confronting his fear, they hoped to draw the entity out. They would lure the entity out, force it to manifest in the real world, and then destroy it. It was a dangerous gamble, but they had no other choice. It was a risky plan, but it was their only hope. Together they steeled themselves for the battle ahead, knowing that their courage was the key to victory. The next film in the folder was titled Meteor Strike. It showed a giant asteroid hurtling towards Earth, an apocalyptic scene of fire and destruction.
This is it. The end. We have to act fast. We have to warn the world.
Alex contacted his friend, a journalist, and told him everything. He sent him a copy of the Meteor Strike film as proof. His friend was skeptical at first, but agreed to run the story. The news spread like wildfire. People panicked. Governments scrambled to prepare for the impact. The world held its breath, bracing for the worst. Time was running out. Alex and Dr. James raced against the clock to destroy the films. They returned to the server room.
I found the cursed films folder. Here goes nothing.
Alex located the cursed films folder and hit delete. The folder vanished, but a moment later it reappeared. The entity was fighting back.
This is not good. The lights, they're flickering.
The air grew heavy, charged with static electricity. The servers hummed ominously, their green LEDs blinking erratically. They wouldn't give up. Alex tried again and again to delete the folder, but each attempt was met with the same result. The entity was too powerful.
We need a distraction. We need to lure it out.
As the world watched in terror, the asteroid entered the Earth's atmosphere. It blazed across the sky, a fiery harbinger of doom. Alex and Dr. James watched the news reports, their hearts pounding. This was their chance. They climbed to the roof of the Netflix headquarters building, the highest point for miles.
I hate heights, but we have to do this.
Alex's fear of heights threatened to overwhelm him, but he pushed it down, focusing on the task at hand. They had to draw the entity out, force it to manifest.
Come and get us.
Dr. James pulled out a lighter, her hand trembling. The flame flickered, casting dancing shadows on their faces. She held it out, her fear palpable.
Come and get us.
Suddenly the air crackled with energy. A swirling vortex of darkness materialized above them, taking the shape of a grotesque, shadowy figure. The entity had arrived. It lunged at them, its eyes burning with malevolent intent.
This is it. No more running.
Alex, summoning his courage, stepped forward. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and then jumped. He plummeted towards the ground, his fear threatening to consume him. But as he fell, something unexpected happened. He felt a strange sense of peace wash over him. His fear was gone. The entity, sensing the shift in Alex, screamed in rage. It had lost its grip on him, lost its power. The vortex of darkness dissipated, the shadowy figure dissolving into nothingness. The curse was broken. At that moment, the asteroid in the sky shattered. It broke apart into 1,000,000 pieces, burning harmlessly in the atmosphere. The world watched in astonishment as the threat from the sky simply vanished. Alex landed safely on a strategically placed emergency net set up by Dr. James earlier.
You did it, Alex. You really did it.
He felt exhilarated, reborn. He had faced his fear and emerged victorious. The server room, once a place of dread, was now a symbol of their resilience. The cursed films folder was gone, erased from existence. Alex and Dr. James had stared into the abyss and emerged stronger. They had saved the world, and in doing so they had saved themselves. Subscribe for more from Mr. Thrill Seeker and make sure to share if you dare.